Welcome to the Explainer by IELTS Guide Phil on YouTube. So, you're prepping for the IELTS, and let's be honest, the writing test can feel like a total black box, right? You write your heart out, cross your fingers, and just hope for the best. But what if you could actually crack the examiner's code? Well, in this explainer, we're going to do just that. We are going to demystify exactly how your writing gets scored, giving you a massive advantage on test day. So let's just dive right in. The biggest hurdle for so many students isn't actually their English ability, and that might surprise you. It's that they just don't know the answer to this one simple question. What are the examiners really looking for? See, it's not just about having good ideas. It's about ticking a very specific set of boxes. And today, we're going to show you exactly what those boxes are. Here's our game plan. We'll start by decoding the test itself. Then we'll pull back the curtain on the 4 pillars of scoring that every single examiner uses. From there, we'll take a deep dive into each pillar. We're talking task, structure, vocabulary, and grammar before we put it all together to help you lock in that target band score you're aiming for. First things first, let's get a crystal clear picture of the test itself. Whether you're doing academic or general training, you've got 2 different tasks, and knowing the difference is, well, step 1 to absolutely crushing it. Okay, so listen up, because task 1 is completely different depending on your test. If you're doing the academic test, you're basically an analyst. You'll get a chart, a map, or some kind of diagram, and your job is to summarize the key information. But for general training, you're a communicator. You've got to write a letter for a specific situation. Now, task 2, that's where everyone comes together. It's an essay, no matter which test you take. And here is a strategic tip you absolutely cannot ignore. Your Task 2 essay is worth way more than Task 1 in your final score. So what does that mean for you? It means your time management on test day is critical. You have got to give Task 2 the focus and the time it deserves. And now, for the secret code itself. The examiner isn't just making a gut call on your writing. Nope, they are using a very detailed checklist. These are the 4 pillars that hold up your entire score. And this is key, they are all weighted equally. So here they are: task achievement or response, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Think of these as 4 separate mini-tests. You get a score for each one, and they all matter just as much as the others. To get a high score overall, you gotta do well across the board. So let's break down what each of these really means. Let's kick things off with the first 2 criteria. These are all about what you write and how you organize it. This is literally the foundation of a strong answer. Now, you might notice this criterion has 2 names. It's task achievement for task 1 and task response for task 2. And that little difference is actually a huge clue. For task 1, you're achieving a clear goal, like summarizing data. For task 2, you're responding with your own arguments. But really, the core question is the same. Did you do exactly what the prompt asked you to do? So what's that look like in practice? Well, for academic task 1, you have to stick to the facts, no personal opinions, period. For general training, you need to hit every single bullet point in the prompt. And for that big task 2 essay, it all comes down to presenting a clear, consistent point of view and backing it up with solid examples without wandering off topic. Next up, coherence and cohesion. This is all about the flow of your writing. Here's a simple way to think about it. Coherence is the big picture. Is your overall structure logical? Does each paragraph have one clear job? Cohesion is the small picture. It's the nuts and bolts, the linking words like however or as a result, that connect your sentences and make everything read smoothly. So how do you get good at this? It's all about balance. Yes, you need paragraphs and linking words, but you can't overdo it. If you're dropping furthermore into every other sentence, it just sounds robotic and unnatural. The goal is a logical, effortless flow that just guides the reader right through your ideas. All right, we've covered the structure. Now let's shift gears to the language itself. These next 2 pillars, lexical resource and grammatical range, are about the tools you use to actually build your arguments. Lexical resource, or LR. I know it's a fancy term, but it's really just about vocabulary. And it's not about using the biggest, most complicated words you know. It's about using the right words accurately and effectively. Trust me, precision is way more important than complexity here. To really score high here, you've got to show variety. Paraphrase the question, don't just copy it. Use words that are specific to the topic. And, this is a big one, show that you know collocations, those natural word pairings like heavy traffic, not strong traffic. Examiners have a sixth sense for memorized phrases, so just aim for natural, authentic language. And that brings us to our final pillar, Grammatical Range and Accuracy, or GRA. The name tells you everything you need to know. It's not enough to be grammatically correct, you also have to show that you have range. The examiner is looking at two things, the variety of your sentences and how accurately you use them. This means you have to show the examiner you can do more than just write basic sentences. You need a mix. But here's the tricky part. The more complex your sentences get, the easier it is to make a mistake. So the secret to a high GRA score isn't just using complex sentences. It's using them accurately. Oh, and don't forget, punctuation totally counts here too. Okay, we've broken down the 4 pillars. So now let's connect all this theory to what really matters, your target band score. How does doing well in these areas actually translate into a number? Let's look at what this means for real scores. A student at band 5, well, they might only answer part of the question and make a lot of errors. Now, to jump up to a band 7, you need to cover all the requirements and start producing frequent error-free sentences. And for that legendary band 9, you're talking fully developed ideas, a wide and precise vocabulary, and almost flawless grammar. You can see how your performance in each pillar literally builds your final score step by step. Knowing the criteria also helps us spot the most common score killers. Things like totally misunderstanding the question, having no clear point, repeating the same words over and over, or writing one giant paragraph. These things can drag down your score across multiple criteria at once. So let's wrap this all up with the most important takeaways. Number 1, always plan before you write. Number 2, support your ideas with clear examples. Show off your language skills for sure, but never let complexity get in the way of accuracy. And finally, and please do this, leave yourself a couple of minutes to proofread. Catching just 2 or 3 simple mistakes can easily be the difference between a 6.5 and that band 7 you're working so hard for. You know, I think the original guide from IELTS Guide Phil says it perfectly. Clear organization, precise language, effective grammar, and full task fulfillment. They are simply non-negotiables. If you can master these 4 areas, you are on a clear path to getting the score you want. This explainer was based on a super comprehensive guide created and produced by IELTS Guide Phil. To keep your journey going, we highly recommend you go read the original full blog post over at IELTSGuidePhil.com. For more content just like this, check out the other explainers right here on our YouTube channel, listen to some deep dive audio episodes on Spotify, and get more support by joining the Facebook community. All the links you need are waiting for you in the description below. Keep practicing and good luck.